back and relax and get ready for another exclusive episode of the Online Marketing Secrets Podcast with Lopez.
Welcome to the first episode of the Online Marketing Secrets Podcast, coming at you from kingofcashflowwebsites.com. So if this is your first episode listening to me, this podcast is going to be all about online marketing and what the top earners are doing to become successful and to make profit. That's what this podcast is going to be all about. And from time to time, I'm going to bring guests on, and we're going to have discussions on how they got started, what they do, what type of business they might be involved in, and how they were able to become successful in doing whatever they're doing. So with that being said, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about me. I'm an ad man. I have an advertising background. I got into advertising about 15 years ago. I used to work for a guy that had a publishing company. This is before I even came online. And he published probably like 100 books at the time. And I worked with him for about 5 years. He taught me how to market offline. And after the 5 years, he retired because he was an older guy when I met him. So once he retired, I came online and I applied all my skills and strategies that he taught me online. And I started to help other people, clients online, or just anybody that needed some help, basically, whether it's online or offline. And this is like during the MySpace days. This is when nobody knew who Facebook was. This is like when there were no YouTube back then. There were just Yahoo, Netscape. I'm not even sure if Netscape is still around. It was Netscape, AOL, they were like the top sites back then. So these are the sites that I were marketing on, placing ads, articles, basically all forms of content. And video wasn't so big back then. Back then, it cost a lot to do videos. So it wasn't a whole lot of people doing videos like it is today. And plus, they didn't have camera phones back. This is like the early 2000s. So the internet back then was dominated with text. Today it's dominated with video. So things have changed very drastically, in my opinion, and for the better. I think it's, there's evolution within everything. There's pros and cons as well. So I come from an ad background. As far as advertising go, it could be we at the time when I was working for this older guy. He advertised in magazines, newspapers. He did a little online, but not very much online. But most of his advertising and marketing was offline. So he was an old school direct mail type guy. He would write these sales letters and newsletters and send them, and he would get people to call him on the telephone, and he would get their home address, send him a newsletter or a sales letter in the mail, and he would get these people to buy his products and services back then. This is like 15 years ago. And this is who I'm learning from at the time. So I thought that shit was fascinating. I never seen anybody do that before. Now, of course, I've heard of these guys who are out there. But me personally, I've never met anyone like that before. So that motivated me to learn how to do this, how to become a copywriter, how to write copy, how to write space ads, how to write articles, how to write headlines, how to write script videos, how to, anything that would have people come to me. I mean, have people call me up, call my telephone. Now that's what I learned. That's what I learned from this guy. So basically, after he retired, I came online, and I was on my own ever since, for over 15 years now. So that's what this podcast is going to be all about. How do you become successful in your business, whether it's a startup, whether it's a website you have online, whether it's you're in the direct sales, whether you got a store offline, whether you have a YouTube channel, it doesn't matter. The basics are the same, because at the end of the day, a lot of people always ask, how do you get more leads? How do you develop a following online? And I always say that, first off, you have to know who's your ideal client. That's the first thing you have to answer. You have to figure that out. Who are these people? Whether it's a man or a woman, whether it's a certain age range, demographic, whether it's religious people or religion, maybe religion don't matter, whether they're black, white, Hispanic, whatever that person is. And these are people. These are not numbers or things or data. I know there's a lot of people that like to talk about that all the time. But I don't get caught up in the data, because see, when you're trying to connect with people online, these are people. They paid their hard-earned money, and they have problems and they're looking for solutions. So you have to be the solution, or at least you should be the solution to their problem. So you have to build a relationship with these people. So that's why you shouldn't look at them like it's a number, like it's the data this, the data that. The data, okay, the data's cool, but how's the data gonna help you get more customers, clients? How's that gonna help you become more profitable and successful? You gotta build relationships with these people. And you have to know who they are and who's your ideal client. And the second thing you have to do is, where are these people hanging out at? Are they on Amazon? Are they on YouTube? Are they on Google? Are they on Reddit? Where are they hanging out at? Are they on Facebook? Are they on LinkedIn? Are they in some magazine? Or maybe you might know somebody that have an audience. They might have a similar audience that you want to tap into. So maybe you can at least try to become friends with that person that have the audience that you want. And maybe y'all can do a joint venture, or maybe y'all can become partners. Because they have what you want. They have the audience. That way you don't have to start off from scratch, and starting off from scratch, yeah, it can be a little difficult, it can be a little hard, but if you know somebody that have your audience, that's even better. Because if you can collaborate with other people, hey man, that's like shooting fish in a barrel. I mean, it doesn't get too much better than that. And teamwork really makes the dream work. That's really how it is. So you have to know where these people are, know where your ideal prospects are hanging out at, and what vehicle, how are you going to reach out to them? What do you want them to do when you show up? Are you going to reach out to them through your website? Do you want them to pick up the phone and call you? I mean, are they going to see your ad in the magazine or your ad on Google? And when they hit your ad, when they see your ad, when they read your ad, what do you want them to do? Do you want to get their name and email address and follow up with them with a sequence of emails, educating them on what you have to offer? There's so many different variables, so many different ways you can go about doing this. You're going to have to figure that out, because you're the only person that knows your market or knows these people that you want to get in front of. And what are you going to say? And when you get in front of these people, what are you going to say to them to get their attention? What are you going to say to help them? What are you going to say that's going to grab their attention, and they'll say, hey, this person gets me. They understand what I'm talking about. Maybe they can help me. What are you going to say to get them in that frame of mind, that way of thinking? That's something you have to figure out. Now, I learned this from Dan Kennedy. Now, you might say, well, I don't like Dan Kennedy's style of marketing. And that's okay. But it works. That's the thing. It works. A lot of people say if you don't know who Dan Kennedy is, a lot of people say Dan Kennedy is like one of the top marketers in North America, or probably in the world at this point. But a lot of people don't like his style of marketing because it's kind of rough, kind of outrageous. He says a lot of things that a lot of people don't say, but he grabs people's attention. He gets people talking about whatever his message is or whatever he's trying to promote. So they don't like his delivery, but they like the end result. So you can't have it both ways. Do you want the results? What's more important, the results or the delivery? You have to pick. I guess you have to pick your poison. So those are just some things that you have to figure out if you want more leads. You have to figure out where these people hanging out at. What are you going to say when you get in front of them? And what vehicle are you going to use or platform you're going to use to get in front of them? Some people use, videos like on fire right now. Some people build a platform like YouTube or TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook. People are using video now because people like looking at videos. People get consumed with video. So maybe you're the type that'll say, hey, I want to start me a YouTube channel and build me an audience that way and educate people. That way I'll have people come to me instead of me trying to push whatever I have on people. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you don't like video. You might say, hey, I don't want to be on camera. I don't like how I look on camera. I'd rather just learn how to use my website and learn how to write, and that's okay too. You have to pick. There's no one way of doing anything. You have to figure out what works best for you.
Thank you for
Are you gonna
listening
write?
to another episode
gonna
of the
speak?
Online Marketing Secrets Podcast.
Are you gonna do
Subscribe
videos?
at the
It's really up to you.
kingofcashflowwebsite.com
You know.
or for
But
free
hey,
on iTunes. That way
like,
you'll never miss another
share this
show.
episode. Tell me what you think. And if you listen to me on YouTube, leave me a comment below. Any questions, any concerns, any topics you would like to hear me talk about, or you need any help with, send me an email at kingofcashflowwebsites.com, or just leave me any questions you have below this video, or else the website and email information will be in the show notes. So until next time, I'm out. Peace.